Guys, welcome back to Bravo Hot Tea. I know I've been gone for just a little while. Summer was, how should I put it? Just a little cray cray. But, anyways, I'm back. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is back. What a great first two episodes. I'm so excited to talk about it, see these ladies back on our screens. With that said, subscribe if you haven't already. I cover all things Bravo, Housewives, pop culture, tea, and some other good stuff. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get into it. All right. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, they are, what is it, season 5, episode 1. We'll go through it. It'll be a little bit shorter. We're introduced to some new housewives, which is, always fun. We got the core, the 4 ladies back. Actually, yeah, the core 4 ladies, including Angie, and then the newbies. So let's take a look at who we got. Also, before I get into it, episode 1. I watched both episodes together and I was like doing my hair and stuff. Anyways, episode 1. It was almost like watching Selling Sunset. You guys know whenever a new season of Selling Sunset airs and the way they film it, it's so like glossy and like shiny and bright and in your face. And you're just like, you gotta like get used to it. Like the first couple episodes, your eyes have to adjust. That's what Salt Lake City was giving me that first episode. The editing, the close-up shots, the shots of the houses, the mountains, the snow, beautiful. So, job well done. Anyways, we got Lisa Barlow. She's kind of the one who brings the ladies together. I'll get into it. So I'm glad to see her back. We got Whitney. From what it seems like, Whitney, it's going to be Whitney against everyone. Whitney girl, you should have kept Monica around. That would have been great. Now, Angie, not in the shot that I have in the background, but I think in the promo, she actually is in the middle. And I can't remember where I saw her talking about it, but she said she like almost cried or whatever. And for Angie, this is big because she was like, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. She was the friend that could. And then she did. She went from being a friend of to becoming main cast. And now in one of the promo shots, she's in the middle. So good for you, Angie. And Angie, I really do like her. Meredith is giving Meredith. I don't know. I don't have much to say there. We got Heather Gay back. Oh my goodness. Now, while they were off air and then while the season was filming, just throughout, if you follow Heather Gay on anything, we were like, who is that woman? One of the first images I remember of Heather Gay in her new body, new look, her new Ozempic body, it was her in an airplane or something, and it was like, where's the rest of Heather? Anyways, good for her. She looks great. Also, in addition to what I was saying earlier, the first episode, it took a little time to get our eyes adjusted to. Um, some of the women, I was like, oh my goodness, they knew they were filming, they got their faces pulled back. And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my God, like, do I need to get some work done? Do I need to pull my face back? Anyways, it's a little tight on a lot of them, if not all of them. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Our girl Mary is back. So for the 2 episodes, Mary has clocked in. She's in. She's not like in a sprinter van away from the ladies getting McDonald's. No, no, no. Mary is participating and I'm glad. I want to see, Mary be part of the mix. I don't want to see her like off to the side. I enjoy her quirks, but this time I feel like she's taken her time to let some of the women in, and now she's having slightly more authentic interactions. That's what I'm getting from Mary so far. Who else we got? All right, let's move on to the newbies. We got Bronwyn. In the words of Lisa Renna, she's rich, honey. She is rich. Anyways, I was not trying to do an impersonation, but anyways, Bronwyn. She knew what she was doing. You go, girl. Bronwyn actually made the cut. Yeah, she's in the promo pics and all that good stuff. She's like a full-time housewife. She's the one with the older gentleman as her husband. The rumors, the nastiness. We don't talk about the husbands. Yes, we do. Anyways, we're gonna get to her. We meet her husband in episode 2, and he is old. Brittany. All right, guys, I got a bone to pick. I remember when they had announced, I think it wasn't officially, it was kind of like unofficially, but we kind of saw who was in the filming mix when they had kind of announced who was going to be part of this new season, or we had kind of, you know, rumblings of who's filming. This lady was on social media and she was so thirsty. And I was like, thirsty housewife in the mix? No, you don't say. And that thirsty behavior, we see it on the show. So I'm going to get into her. I'm with Mary. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So this is the last housewife. She is also a friend of Brittany and Mile. No, hold on. It's not Mile like the kitchen appliances. It's Maylee. Maylee. There we go. I'm going to get her name right. Maylee. Very pretty girl. She comes in as Whitney's friend, and they're the same age. So I guess Whitney and Maylee, they're like the youngest in the bunch. Anyways, let's get into it. So we got Miss Lisa Barlow on episode 1. This is, one of them has to do some sort of an event, invite all the ladies. This is like not the little side conversations where they're meeting to buy crystals or go, I don't know, go for coffee or a hike or whatever. This is like a official event, get all the ladies together, wear some fashion, darling. And this was Lisa Barlow's Bizo party. I'm gonna assume they started filming around the timing of Valentine's Day, thus the hearts. And we see Miss Bronwyn in that big red heart coat. Very pretty. Anyways, this is where we get a taste of all the ladies interacting, and they just get right into it. We got Angie K with the scroll. Guys, this is not a reunion. This is just like a random, not random, but this is like the first party, all cast event. Angie Katsunavis, Miss Big Glasses, walks in with the scroll. I mean, they're all wearing massive, big, fuzzy, furry coats. So I guess, I don't know, she hid it somewhere. She comes in with the scroll. She goes for Meredith. She's like, this is what you said in New York being the reunion. This is what you said in other times. I'm not going to lie. This first episode, when they were all kind of like going at each other while they were like standing up, getting cocktails, or while they were at dinner, they kind of lost me a bit. I was like, what are they fighting about again? I was like, I had to like check myself. I'm like, wait, who's mad at who? Why are they mad at each other? Look, if you guys patch things up at the reunion, keep it at the reunion. Now, is it still going? It seems like there is. And then Angie brought up something about Meredith saying to someone to take her house. I don't know. It was a little convoluted. Again, I was like doing my hair and I was like half in, half out, but I saw the scroll, and this entire first episode made me laugh. Like, it was just like theatrical. And that's what I love about these Salt Lake City ladies. And Meredith's just looking at Angie like, what is this scroll? Like, Meredith is like, you can leave. Like, just get this out of my face. I don't need to deal with the scroll. Round 2 for Meredith. We also see Whitney going after Meredith. And bath bombs. Meredith is like, nah, anything bath related is Meredith Marks MM territory, girl. All right. So apparently, do you guys know that line from Keeping Up with the Kardashians when, what was it? Kim was like, I got married in Italy. And then, they show a clip of her in Italy, and then what's her face? Courtney also gets married in Italy. That's what it reminded me of. It's like, um, I make, well, I don't know. Does Meredith make like bath related? Well, I know baths are her thing, but does she actually have bath products? Because I was like, well, I don't understand what this fight is about. Okay, anyways, Meredith, we know she makes beautiful, fine, luxury jewelry. No one can take that from her. That has been her bread and butter, her business for years, well before she even got on the show. The likes of, actual celebrities wear her jewelry. Very well known stuff. It's not the crap that you get from Alibaba in whatever random country. No, no, no. It's like real gemstones. And when she first got on Housewives, I checked out her site, and it's like rings, pendants in like the hundreds, even the thousands. Legit jewelry. So let's just get that out of the way. Whitney apparently is also selling jewelry, but it's not rich jewelry. It's the crap that you can apparently find on Alibaba for, I don't know, like $5, $15, and flip it. And Whitney apparently is reselling it for, I don't know, like $80 or something. Meredith, girl, I don't think you have anything to sweat about. Whatever jewelry Whitney is selling, it's not in the same lane. It's not. It just isn't. So there's the jewelry piece that Whitney is apparently copying Meredith on. And now Whitney, she has multiple businesses. She has like the jewelry thing, she has like the skincare line, and I guess now she's selling bath bombs. And Meredith is like, no, 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 you're not selling bath bombs. Bats are my thing. You cannot sell bath bombs. I don't really understand this fight, but I'm here for it because it's like so petty. And we don't want to see them fight about like mortgage fraud, or like, I don't know, have another season of, Jen Shaw activities. No, we don't need that. Fight about bath bombs. Go ahead. I want to see these women fight about petty stuff. Return to form. Anyways, so they're having it out. So that was fun to watch. Meredith, first all cast filming, she has to deal with these two, but Meredith's like, whatever, you two, you be you. All right, so Miss Bronwyn, I'm living for her. She's serving everything that we need. She's giving rich. She's giving the fashion. I did check out her Instagram, and it's like fashion, fashion, like Lisa Reno walking in Paris Fashion Week, and Bronwyn is showing up to those type of fashion events. Fashion. So at this point in episode 1, she makes quite the entrance, and Bronwyn is a smart cookie, okay? And we'll go more into that in episode 2 when we have a better moment learning about her and her husband. She is a smart cookie. She knows what she's doing. She made a fabulous entrance wearing that big red heart fuzzy coat thing. According to her, this was, I think they even had like a little it was like the coat cost like 15K or 16K, something like that. And there's only 3 of them. She has one, Rihanna has one, and then the third one is in like a museum somewhere. Also, I did come across like a TikTok or someone saying how no, apparently there's more of these. I don't know. Doesn't matter. There's only so few of these made. That's the point that she was trying to make. So whatever. Fabulous entrance. Now, I thought it was kind of funny because in the confessionals, Bronwyn was talking about how she met Lisa like years ago through mutual friends or whatever. And then Lisa was talking about how she met Bronwyn a couple years ago. According to Lisa, they met at a Nordstrom, and Lisa was in a more casual attire, and Bronwyn, I'm going to assume she was a little more dressed up, and Bronwyn just kind of looked at her like, who is this lady in sweats? But whatever, for whatever for whatever reason, Lisa and Bronwyn, they gravitated towards each other, and they're social. And Bronwyn was coming in as Lisa's friend, I believe. So Bronwyn, fabulous, loving it. Now, right off the bat, these newbies get into it. And who knew Mary would be making a friend right then and there that day, that evening, afternoon, whenever this all cast filming was? Thirsty Brittany in the middle. In So they were all wearing like fur coats, but Brittany was wearing like a shaggy bathrobe. That's what it was giving. Now, I don't know what it looked like in person because, there are some items where it looks great in person and it just doesn't look the same on camera, or it was just like really bad in person and it looked really shitty equally on camera. It did not look good. Anyways, Bronwyn and Mary, they're sitting there down, they're chit-chatting. These ladies are having a good laugh over their fashion. Mary, I believe, is wearing a Dolce and Gabbana coat, her white coat, and Bronwyn's like, "Oh, I have that too." And they're just, like fashion and shows and food and whatever. It's just girly stuff. They are forming a friendship over. Love it, and I want to see Mary win. Like, forget her church stuff, her grandpa stuff. Okay, we've already spent seasons on that stuff. I want to see Mary make new connections, new friendships, tear down new women, which we also get to see. And then Brittany walks over and tries to get chummy with these two who are in the middle of forming a friendship. Brittany, what are you doing here? Like, these two, I'm missing nail polish here. Anyways, guys, Bronwyn and Mary, they are chumming it up. They're having a good time, a good laugh, bonding over fashion and high fashion and all that good stuff. Bronwyn walks over, sits in the middle. Her word choices were just so off. Anyone who loves fashion and they're like really into it, it is not a costume for them. And when Brittany came in, I forget what she said verbatim, but she basically was like calling their outfits like costume. And obviously, Bronwyn and Mary, two gals who love fashion, darling, they took offense to it. They were like, no, no, no. Excuse us. This is not a costume. This is our fashions for the day, honey. So, Brittany, like, you got to read the room. There's a saying, know your audience. Brittany, like, who do you think you were talking to? So, there was that. Not good. Already, she's pissed off Bronwyn and Mary. Now, I forgot how they even like got to this topic, but Bronwyn was like, "Oh, I would put like bread in my purse when I was little because she grew up, she didn't have a lot." And then Mary, I think what did Mary say? She's like the youngest of five or something like that. How she just had to be scrappy. Mary never said she grew up with less than. Mary just said she basically had to be scrappy because she was like one of the younger kids. And what's her face? Brittany took it as, oh, you also grew up poor. No, Mary did not say she grew up in whatever tax bracket. She just said she had other siblings, so she had to be scrappy. And Mary, and I think maybe anyone, but Mary definitely took offense to it. She's like, girl, don't call me Po. Uh-uh. So Mary and Bronwyn, they were not having it with tacky, thirsty Brittany. And Brittany's thirst, we get a clear shot of that in episode 2. Guys, let's move on to their dinner. So the ladies finally walk in, and Lisa Barlow had this beautiful dinner set up. This should have been R.I.P. Whitney. That should have been the title of this episode because the 3 heavy hitters, Meredith, Heather, Lisa, they were all coming for Whitney. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't quite understand what they were all coming after Whitney for, but let's get into it. Meredith apparently wants an apology. I still don't know for what. Is it for the bath bombs or did Whitney say something? Heather, Whitney, bad weather. They seem to be on edge with their relationship, their friendship. They're cousins, kind of. Now, Lisa Barlow, she was rightfully upset because apparently Whitney had been on a podcast recently. And Whitney basically said Lisa has always been the villain. So obviously, Lisa took offense to that. Um, where it went south is Lisa Barlow. She did stand up. She was just like not having it. And in the end, we saw Angie Katsunavis walk out with Whitney. And then Whitney's friend in the pink, Maylee, she also got up and walked out. Now, at this dinner, I feel like Whitney was a little bit better with her words and a little bit more like, on point. Because usually Whitney, she fumbles a little. I feel like here she kind of like took her time, said what she needed to. The healing stuff, it was a little funny. Heather, Lisa, the girls just coming for Whitney. Like, how much healing do you need to do? It's one of those things. It's like, okay, well, aren't you healed? Like, what's going on here? Like, they're talking about her trauma. Anyways, it was a good, fun dinner. Anyways, guys, let's move on to episode 2. So we see Bronwyn, Heather, Lisa. I think they were like going to Wendy's, and I'm like, what a fun girls drive, just to like get some like fast food, talk some crap, talk about what happened at dinner the night before. And Bronwyn seemed like she was like team Lisa here, and we're gonna come back to this because Heather was on Bronwyn's case by the end of the episode. But anyways, in this scene, we saw Heather, Bronwyn, Lisa talking about the night before. Lisa's just like, okay, I don't really care if it was a gang up. Like, I gotta say what I gotta say. Like, I get Lisa. Like, no one wants to be called a villain, guys. And then Bronwyn, she seemed like she was taking Lisa's side. She was making fun of Whitney. Bronwyn's like, did she rehearse those lines in front of a mirror? Which I thought, it was pretty funny. And one thing I need to mention is Heather during the dinner scene and even in the backseat of the car. I feel like Heather is us. Obviously, we get to see the show, once it's finally on TV. But Heather, I feel like she's one of us, but she's there sitting in person. However, I do think she kind of lost the what is it? The reliable narrator spot because of her antics last season. All right, so we see Angie Katsunavis reach out to Lisa Barlow that same day, that same morning, and she just wanted to go grab lunch, grab a drink, talk about the night before, because it got a little heated between Lisa and Angie, because Lisa's understanding is, what the heck, Angie? Like, you're my friend. But it seemed like Angie took Whitney's side and then felt bad Whitney was leaving and then walked out with her. Like, Angie felt like Meredith, Heather, Lisa, they were all ganging up on Whitney. And you never want to see someone being like ganged up on, like it's not nice. Here's the thing. In Angie's case, she apparently was trying to mend the friendship between Lisa and Whitney. Look, girls, sometimes you just have to like take a back seat, let people, duel it out, do whatever they need to, and come back. But this is Housewives. So, of course, they're going to get messy. Angie is going to get involved. Now, unfortunately, this talk over champagne and Diet Pepsi, it didn't go over so well for the both of them. Lisa ended up walking out. Their friendship is what it is. And I don't really know if they repair it much because there seems to be some Twitter drama. And quite frankly, guys, like I've been watching the shows, but I've been a little like out of the loop with like all the social media stuff. But it's not looking good for these two. All right, we got Bronwyn and her old rich husband. Now, they did a good job of introducing Bronwyn, giving us her backstory. She does seem like a smart cookie. I think she was saying she was, I don't know if she was a stockbroker, but she has a finance background. So right off the bat, I like her. She's a smart cookie. Apparently, her husband, they met at like a hotel bar. He was a couple seats over, and he asked for her email. And they met like 10 years ago. And if you guys know what a Palm Pilot is, I had to like look it up. I'm like, what the heck is a Palm Pilot? Like it's a little before my time, I guess. But yeah, he made his bajillions off of the Palm Pilot, and now he has pivoted to private equity. What the heck is private equity? It seems to be the buzzword where all these rich guys are in private equity, private equity, private equity. Oh, he's in private equity. It's like, okay, what even is that? I don't have a finance background, guys. Um, Off topic, but on topic. There is a creator. I think her name is like Marilyn or Meryl something. Her last name is B. I'm totally butchering it, but I remember she had a great video on private equity. So if anyone knows who I'm talking about, comment below. But anyways, he is rich, rich. And I think their age difference is like 23, 24 years. She at this moment of filming, I guess, is in her 40s, I think, and he's in his 60s. Um, he does look like an old man because, sometimes you see older husbands and they have more of a youthful vibe. He just seems more like a sweet teddy bear. So, good for him. Now, Bronwyn has interesting taste. Obviously, we've seen that with her fashion, but it also translates to her home decor. And honestly, if you got it, girl, you want to close on your house and then the next day buy like what was that chair sculpture? Like 12K or whatever it was, you do it. You got it like that, you do it. Mr. Palm Pilot into private equity. He's banking your I don't know, interest and purchases and interior design. Go for it, girl, and then show it to us because we want to see. Because the rest of the women, some of the women, they're renting. At least you own your homes, you own that chair sculpture. Love it. I'm so here for Bronwyn, guys. All right, we move on to tightrope. The tightrope activity Heather had got the ladies together for. I just feel kind of bad because the tightrope activity seemed like it was mentally and physically grueling, and it took up a good chunk of the day slash filming. And they were maybe up there for the tightrope, maybe, I don't know, maybe at least a half an hour on the tightrope, and then they had to like kind of get rescued to get down. It seemed a little painful. But anyways, Heather has this whole tightrope thing. She gets the cast together. All of them are there. Thirsty Brittany. Thirsty Brittany is giving me Alexis Bellino vibes. So they're all having, what was it? Their tacos, I don't even know what they were having. It was like Mexican food, fun food, just like use your hands, something very casual. Food looked great. Anyways, Brittany stands up and she announces to the ladies, again, very Alexis Bellino, chaotic, boy crazy vibes, how her and this is where she lost me. So the man she's dating on again, off again, he is Donny Osmond's the Osmonds. Apparently they're famous. I've heard of them before. I don't really know too much about them. Sorry. Their cousin's kid. I don't know who he is. He is an Osmond, and apparently the Osmonds are Mormon royalty. Okay, great, cool. You're dating Mormon royalty, and she tells the ladies how they're making it Instagram official. He asked her to be his girlfriend again, I guess for the 17th time, since she mentioned like two, three times with the girls and in her confessionals how they like broke up and got together like 16 times. I don't know who keeps count after the third time. After the third time, you just gotta like dust it off, go your separate ways. This woman is in her 40s, I'm gonna guess, and the man she's dating is in his late 40s, early 50s. This is very strange behavior. And you know who clocks her? Our girl Mary clocks her. I'm going to try and insert a bit of the footage for you guys so you guys can, enjoy what Mary was saying to this lady. So enjoy that.
Personal issues, because my neither daughter will talk to me.
Why?
Why?
Oh, it's so complicated and it's really, really personal. And
But you trust us about your boyfriend?
well, you just told me you don't like me or want anything to do with me.
I didn't say
and
that.
I don't, so I don't want to share my personal details with you.
You're very difficult. You need some soul searching, babe.
Mary's not wrong.
I'm kind.
If you're kind, why can't you make amends with your children?
Mary is just like, girl, I'm not having it. I don't care. Why do we need to care? Why are you announcing this? And then I think like Heather and Lisa, some of the other girls were like, well, Mary, don't you want to like get to know her? And Mary's just like, no, I'm good. And thirsty Brittany, girl, it's not gonna end well for you. Like you're gonna get the rest of us in your business. And then on the show, you're already making yourself look like a fool. You're gonna look like an even bigger fool. And it's not a cute situation. And then Bronwyn, she also gets in on the action. Bronwyn is just like, ever since I've met this lady, she's like chaotic, talking about Brittany. Like, you have these kids with your ex, and you're seeing this guy, you're breaking up and getting together 16 times. Bronwyn's had enough. Anyways, Heather clocks Bronwyn because earlier in the episode we saw what was her name? Bronwyn, Lisa, Heather in Lisa's car when they were getting Wendy's, and Heather's like, "Well, Bronwyn, you said all these things about Whitney." And Bronwyn, I feel like she didn't say anything too bad because we saw a clip of Bronwyn and Whitney getting together, and she said those exact things to Whitney. But Bronwyn, I think she needs to watch her back. Like, Heather girl, what are you doing? Anyways, we then end with Whitney, womp womp, talking more about her trauma. And I can't remember if Lisa said this exact line at this lunch or if it was at her dinner the night before or 2 nights ago. But Lisa was basically like, talk facts, not with your feelings. There is a time and a place for facts and feelings. And I feel like with Whitney, it's like, okay, girl, like, where's the receipts? Like, get to the point. Whereas Whitney is more about her feeling journey, very wishy washy. And Lisa's just like, I got businesses to run. I got 60K rings that I need to find. I got my 5 lawyers, or was it 6? I got the husband. I got a kid in Bogota. Is it Bogota or Batoga? Guys, I'm totally butchering that. My bad. And then she has another kid at home. Lisa got things to do. She needs to talk in fact, not feelings. So Whitney at the end, it's not a good look for her. So we got thirsty Brittany in the red. We got Whitney in her feelings again in the green. We got Heather Gay as half of Heather Gay as we know it. Who else we got? What's her name? Bronwyn. We can't really see her, but she's there. Meredith. In the end, who was it? Whitney, I think, gave an apology to Lisa. And Meredith is just like, okay, like, where's my apology? Again, guys, I watched both of episode 1 and 2 together, so I might be mixing up some of the dinners and lunches. But in the end, Lisa did get an apology from Whitney, but Whitney has yet to apologize to Mary for creating bath bums because, I don't know, that's Meredith's territory. Lisa is being Lisa. Maley girl, I'm sorry, you didn't make the cut. she needs more screen presence, but very pretty girl. And I did see Angie Katsunavis on a interview recently, and she kind of said the same thing. Like, Maylee, nice girl, but she just probably didn't do enough. She didn't get into the mix as good as Bronwyn did. And then Mary, I'm like living for her this season from what we've seen. I love it. Anyways, guys, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, so good. No other words, no notes. Amazing. What a fun, wonderful, wacky cast. They're all gorgeous. They're all crazy and chaotic. And I'm here for it. I'm definitely going to continue the recaps and let's see what other craziness they do this season. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you all later.